We are wrestling with NXT War Games preview. War Games is actually on tomorrow, and we're kind of doing things differently. Usually we end with the reviews and the previews, but there's a lot of shit to talk about, so we're gonna start out with it. So we are going to start with the main event. The Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, and Oney Lorcan in a War Games match. Who wins, Mitch?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the matchup?
The Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee, Pete Dunne, Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan in a War Games match.
Undisputed Era.
Scooter?
Something tells me something is gonna go down. I think this is the. I think this is the potential undoing of the Undisputed Era, and at least for. I think probably at least for Adam Cole, because I think after this, if Adam Cole, if Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish don't move to the main roster, then what the hell are they doing with them? So I'm gonna go with the Kings of NXT.
And Kaliko?
Oh, man, Undisputed Era 1-1 in these matches. I feel like it should be called the Undisputed. Huh?
They've been in 3, I believe.
Oh, they've been in 3. I know they've been in the first one, and they
They've
won
been in
that.
all of them.
Really?
Yeah, because the first one was three on
The
three
first
on
one, the first one was the 3 with Roderick Strong. Then you had the one with Ricochet and Kevin Owens in 18, right?
That was
Then
2019.
2019.
And then the one
Wait a minute, what? Yeah, the one we were in LA.
Which was Pete Dunne and
Pete Dunne in them. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm gonna go Undisputed Era only because the way that they had the story set up with them in the limo, going to dinner, talking about this is their biggest test yet, and that their legacy is on the line. And I must admit, it is kind of their legacy on the line. It's very rare that NXT, if they move them up, that they move up on their, with a win. But I think Undisputed Era would be the exception to the rule. So I'm going to go Undisputed Era.
All right.
Heart's going that way.
I mean, I feel like we've had this conversation like 100 times this year where, we think the Undisputed Era or Adam Cole or just Bobby Fish and
or Gargano,
they're going to go to the main roster.
That's not the case. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it hasn't been the case. So unless it actually happens, I don't think I'm going to speculate about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True. Because, and here's the funny thing, because when Keith Lee moved up, he did an interview where he felt like he actually said he felt like he abandoned the NXT locker room.
It was super sudden when he went.
It was rather quick, though, because he literally hit the peak and was just gone, right? So usually they have to have, like, those mainstay guys. So to me, Undisputed Era, Ciampa, Gargano are the mainstay guys. So that's why I think Undisputed Era would win.
Right. Next up, Team Shotzi Blackheart, which is Shotzi Blackheart, Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai, and Ember Moon, Russell's team Candice LeRae, which is Candice LeRae, Tony Storm, Roxelle Gonzalez, and Dakota Kai. Mitch Mayhem.
Right.
Who wins?
Man, that was a lot of words for the ADHD mind. Sorry, I heard Dakota Kai. Sorry, say that one more time.
Team Shotzi Blackheart versus Team Candice LeRae War Games match.
Team Shotzi, because her and Rhea Ripley and a few others, they kind of like, they fit. Like, if they wear the goth makeup and everything, they fit as a team. So I'll go with them.
Okay, that's an interesting way to
Why
determine
not?
a match.
It's WWE. Oh, that's what I was going to. It's WWE. I mean, okay, I have an announcement to make, but I'll make it later on, so we can talk about something else now. But yeah,
all right.
I got something to say later though.
Scooter.
Raquel Gonzalez, Tony Storm, Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae. Ripley is the star to watch out for. It's kind
Believe it
of
or not.
it's actually a sign of great faith that they're putting Shotzi at the front of this as the captain. I think it shows they show a lot in her. And when it comes to the women's war games matches, the faces you always have triumphed. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Team Shotzi. Yeah.
What about you, Felico?
Oh, I honestly, I feel like both teams are mismatched in a sense because I feel like Tony would be better on Team
Blackheart.
Yeah.
That's why, so it's hard to decipher because there's no continuity. The only continuity is basically
Bingo! No continuity.
the only continuity really is Dakota Kai and Raquel.
If you want to call that continuity.
I'm talking about as far as like
Right.
they know how to work as a team.
Right.
So, but, LeRae was the survivor last year, and now she's the captain. I'm gonna go with LeRae, and I've been saying this for months. But the goddamn it, they're gonna give the Garganos a night. They gotta give them a night. For fuck's sake, they're gonna get a night.
I think they're gonna have to take that night. Not be given it.
And
I think that's gonna be tomorrow.
Okay. And Scooter, said about it. Shotzi Blackheart is at the main front of this rivalry. It's her team. Does this kind of mean like Shotzi is kind of getting that rub, and maybe Rhea is kind of fitting into the back?
I was just about to say you're missing the bigger picture. That was, in my opinion, that was Rhea's spot. I think they're giving Rhea's spot to Shotzi.
Well, technically, it was what was her name?
I mean, the whole goth gimmick and everything,
What's the girl that broke her leg a couple of times?
Tegan Knox?
Tegan Knox. Yeah, this was Tegan Knox's
That's funny that's
spot.
how we define her now. Wow.
I think she tore her ACL again.
Yeah, so this was Tegan Knox's
injury
spot. And
yeah,
they kind of gave it to Shotzi because Tegan got injured. So that's kind of why she's in this spot. You know what I mean?
But
yeah,
what matters is if you take those opportunities and you run with them, and she did. She proved herself.
But this also goes back to Shotzi and Candice from Halloween Havoc and
that was a good feud.
The tank.
Right.
So
they definitely made it personal real quick.
As you should with a wrestling feud.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I mean, eventually, just have some visceral reaction, yeah.
All right, next we got Leon Ruff versus Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano, triple threat North American Championship match.
Ooh. Who holds the title? Priest?
Leon Ruff.
Ah! Ah! Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing there, but
Johnny Gargano, dude.
Scooter.
I know. Real quick, Leon Ruff isn't he the discount price Leon Rush?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Uh,
Half off of height. Sorry, go ahead.
This almost seems like it's a lock for Gargano, which is why I'm gonna say Leon Ruff completely by accident.
That is a good one.
That
Kaliko?
seems to be the story of his life. Ouch.
Kaliko?
I feel like it's Gargano, and here's why. If you remember about 4 years ago, I want to say, about 3 years ago. You remember AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, James Ellsworth?
Yep.
I feel like this was what the main roster was trying to go with it, where Damian was trying to use this as a joke to Gargano, or as a joke, and him and Leon Ruff are literally bumping heads because of the simple fact that Leon Ruff doesn't see it as a joke. So that's where I think Gargano is going to take advantage and pin Ruff, and that's why I think it's basically the continuation of the Priest Gargano. So Gargano pins Ruff, gets the belt, and then Priest and Gargano can kind of go back to where they were.
Actually, now that Kaliko brings that up, something just came into my mind. You know what? I'm gonna change it to Gargano, and I'm gonna say that Ruff lays down for Gargano, and it's a big F you to Priest.
Ew. That would be. Yeah, that'd just be bad wrestling. But I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. But you know what? That would be the only way Johnny Gargano would win this match, because as we know,
I don't know about that.
Johnny Gargano doesn't win takeover matches. I mean, he's 4-20, so I mean,
What are you talking about?
Even more reason why maybe it might happen this time.
North American title matches, though.
And it's a North American title match. It's one that counts.
He's only lost one.
Bingo, bingo.
I mean, he won. If this was on a normal episode of NXT, Johnny Gargano has a chance to win. It's on Takeover. He has no chance of winning.
He's fucking Mr. Takeover. What are you talking
But
about?
what if that's exactly done to throw you off for people who think that? So they do the exact opposite. Just
so, and I don't see them giving
that would be smart.
Priest the
Sorry.
championship back right now. I don't say that he's not going to get it back. But you know what? Leon Ruff is actually having a nice little run.
Oh, will you fucking shove it with this Leon Ruff?
A nice little run. He actually defended the belt. What the hell are you talking about?
He is the runs. He's the drizzling shits.
And I think this might be where Priest kind of knocks out Gargano. Leon Ruff somehow gets Priest out of the ring and actually pins Gargano. Or maybe vice versa. I don't know. But I do see Leon Ruff winning this match. But that's just my opinion. Alright,
Yeah.
Mitch, you
I
ready?
don't see Leon Ruff winning his way out of a paper bag. So.
Dexter Lumis versus Cameron Grimes in a strap match. Mitch, who wins?
Cameron Grimes and who? I'm sorry.
Dexter Lumis.
Ooh. Dexter Lumis.
Scooter?
This is another match where an accidental victory can happen.
Yeah.
And Loomis is on quite a bit of a roll right now.
Well,
so
that matters.
I don't think a loss here by happenstance would actually hurt. So I'm gonna say Grimes.
But it wouldn't help his momentum. I mean, I think someone like that who's on a roll, I think that's just a hindsight of what's to come for the future. So that's why I think he's going to win.
What about you, Kaliko?
I think it's Grimes because think about it. This dude's been in everything this year. Like,
To the moon.
lo and behold, he's having a quiet ass solid year. So I think Cameron Grimes, baby, to the moon, to the
I'm
moon.
behind. Well, I mean, given 2020, I mean, since Adam Cole had a couple of few great moments, but I would say that the top three hardest working people in NXT are Priest, Gargano, and Grimes.
I mean, he literally ran back to the to the arena from that House of Horrors match. I mean, that is dedication and a hell of a cardio, if you ask me. I think one thing we may be forgetting was then a couple weeks on NXT, somebody drew Finn Balor into a portrait that Dexter Lumis made. Am I wrong on that?
Oh,
I think it was Thatcher.
well, because yeah, because Thatcher's got Ciampa.
Yeah, Thatcher's got Ciampa.
Right. Well,
That is a good idea.
what I wanted
I'm trying to.
Yeah, so could maybe somebody interfere to cost Loomis the match so Cameron Grimes actually gets the victory here? That could be a possibility.
That's not out of a possibility.
I see Balor more in interfering in Ciampa Thatcher and us getting Balor and Ciampa.
That would be a good one. And how about we get to that match? Mitch, Tommaso Ciampa, Timmy Thatcher, who wins?
Oh man, I want Tommaso Ciampa to win, but something tells me maybe Thatcher.
What makes you think that?
He's Timothy Thatcher.
That's a good reason. Scooter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Thatcher.
Kaliko?
He's a fucking beast.
Ciampa, because the only way he could get to the chip is by getting the win. So Ciampa.
My heart is for Ciampa. I just Thatcher is a beast. I don't know.
Oh no, not knocking him, but I feel like Ciampa hit his low point with Karrion Kross.
Right.
So this is his redemption back up.
Maybe.
Now, what I want to say is, every match on this card kind of makes sense. But Ciampa and Thatcher kind of seem drawn together. I mean, there's no really rhyme or reason why Ciampa wants to wrestle Thatcher other than he wants to. That could be setting up a championship shot between either one of these guys versus Balor, but I don't know. This seems kind of like the sleeper match. Am I wrong on thinking that?
The tone setting match.
No,
for
that sounds about right.
This will be the opening match.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, and then it will probably be 5 stars.
I mean,
It'd be
we'll
more
see.
in the Tokyo Dome. And I believe that will be our coverage of.
They're gonna open with a War Games match.
Probably the.
Probably the women's.
Yeah, didn't they open with the women's last year? I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
When Mia Yim was still there, yeah.
Yep.
And
Man, did they ruin her career? But sorry, go ahead.
We will conclude our coverage of NXT War Games, and we will have the review next week on the show.